So from the name itself you can get some info. The name is impact extrusion. Till now, whichever extrusion process we have seen, in that there was a gradual movement of the ram. But here, the ram will come down suddenly, and because of that, because of the impact load produced, we'll be able to make thin wall tubes. Let's show you a diagram. So in this diagram, let's say here we have a raw material, and here we have the ram. So what will happen is ram will come down with high velocity. The ram will come down with high velocity and it will strike here. So because of that, what will happen is, let's say the ram is coming here, and because of the ram, all the raw material will flow upwards. Like this. Okay. So impact extrusion is used for making thin walled components. Better I'll make two diagrams so that you don't get confused. So here you can see that the ram is moving in downward direction. And the extruded component is moving in upward direction. Right? So what is happening is that direction is opposite. So lot of books, what they have written is that impact extrusion is similar to backward extrusion, because in impact extrusion the motion of ram is opposite to the motion of extruded component. But that is wrong. Please take care that in this diagram you can see that it is moving backward, but we have forward extrusion also. Like in impact extrusion also we can have forward extrusion. That is, the ram will be coming down, and here we'll have a hole, and the extruded component will flow in forward direction. That is, the motion of ram and the direction of the extruded component will be same. They can be opposite. Okay. So please don't follow that. Okay. In some places it has been written like that. Okay. Then one of the most famous application of impact extrusion is making of collapsible tubes. What do you understand by collapsible tubes? Not flask. The tubes that you can press. For example, the tubes of the cosmetic products. You can press those tubes, right? So this is a very famous question asked in many exams. How are the cosmetic tubes made? They are made by impact extrusion. Okay. So only one question you can expect from impact extrusion. The question is, how are the collapsible tubes, that is the tubes that are used in toothpaste and cosmetic products, made? They are made by impact extrusion. Okay. And also it is used for making jointless tubes. Long tubes in which there is no joint is used for making jointless tubes, also called as seamless tubes. Jointless tubes are also called as seamless tubes. Yeah. Okay. Please write down. In impact extrusion, write down the impact load produced by the ram is used for producing thin wall tubes. The impact load produced by ram is used for producing thin wall tubes. Example, collapsible tubes. Like toothpaste tubes, and cosmetic tubes. It is also used for producing seamless tubes. Which is seamless means jointless tubes. Seamless means jointless tubes. Let's see that question first. Tell me the answer for this question. Okay, so this GATE 2008 question. The question is, in a rolling process, the thickness of a strip is reduced from 4 mm to 3 mm using 300 mm diameter rolls rotating at 100 rpm. The velocity of strip at neutral point. They are asking velocity of strip at neutral point. That is simply the velocity of the rollers. So the unit is meter per second. So it will be pi dn by width. Let's start with pi dn. So pi into diameter is 300 into rpm 100. Okay, guys, always take care of the unit. In the question they have asked in meter per second. Okay, so this 300 is mm, this 300 is mm, so we will convert it into meter by dividing by 1000. Then meter per second, that second, here it is revolution per minute. So revolution per minute has to be converted into revolution per second. Okay, so it will give you 60 into 5, 10. So it will be 3.14 into 5 by 10. 3.14 into 0.5, it is 1.57 meters per second. 1.57 meters per second. Okay, this point is not visible. 1.57 meters per second. This GATE 2014 question visible on the screen. A mild steel plate has to be rolled in one pass such that the final plate thickness is 2/3 of the initial thickness with entrance speed of 10 meter per minute and roll diameter of 500 mm. If the plate widens by 2% during rolling, the exit velocity in meter per minute is. What is the exit velocity in meter per minute? So this GATE 2014 question. 2014 was the year in which NAT questions were started. 2014 was the year in which NAT questions were started. Please tell me the answer for this question. A mild steel plate has to be rolled in one pass such that final plate thickness is 2/3 of the initial thickness. What's the answer? What we are going to do is this. We are simply going to equate the flow rate. The rate at which the material is entering will be equal to the rate at which the material is exiting. So material is entering at the rate of H0, B0, V0, and it is exiting at a rate H1, B1, V1. Right? So they are saying, let us say initial thickness as H0, initial plate as B0 only. Initial velocity they have given as 10. Okay. Then initial thickness, the final thickness. They are saying the final thickness is 2/3 of the initial thickness. So it is 2/3 H0 into B1. They are saying the plate widens by 2% during rolling. The plate widens by 2% during rolling. So it is, what is 2% increase? It is 1.02. 1.02 times of B0 into V1. H0 will get cancelled. B0 will get cancelled. So 3 into 10 by 2 into 1.02 is equal to V1. So V1 is equal to 15 by 1.02. So it answer will be 14 point something. Very good, Vishesh and Danish. It is 14.7. Okay. Okay. This is a GATE 2008 question. Please tell me the answer for this question. In a single pass rolling operation, a 20 mm thick plate with plate width of 100 mm is reduced to 18 mm. The roller radius is 250 mm and rotational speed is 10 rpm. Rotational speed is 10 rpm. The average flow stress for plate material is 300 megapascal. the power required for rolling operation in kilowatt is closest to? Please tell me the answer. I am solving on the board. Please don't look on the board. Please try with yourself. Okay. Okay. So I have solved it on the board. Please have a look. Okay. Always start with what has been asked. They asked, what is the power? Please write down the expression first. Power is equal to 2 into 2 pi nt by 60. For this, n is given, we know the value of pi. So we need to find the torque. Torque is F average into lambda L. They have not given us lambda. So lambda will take as 0.5. We'll assume the process to be hot rolling. We'll take lambda to be 0.5. And then the arm length we can take as root over of r delta h. Sorry, the length of deformation zone we can take as root over of r delta h. So those values also we have. Only we need to find F average. For F average we need P average into B into L. And since they have not given us any value of mu, we'll take P average is equal to sigma F. We'll take P average is equal to sigma F. So P average becomes 300 megapascal. F average is 300 into the projected area. The width is given as 100 mm and the length of deformation zone is given as root over of 250 into 2. Root over of 250 into 2. One thing you can see here is, first L is root over of r delta h. Next thing you have to see is, this is having unit mm, this is having unit mm, and this is having unit megapascal. What is megapascal? Megapascal is Newton per mm square. Megapascal is Newton per mm square. So into mm, answer I'll get in Newton. Answer I'll get in Newton. So based on that, I got F average as 670.82 kilonewton. 670.82 kilonewton. After this, I went for the torque calculation. Torque is 670.82 into 0.5. Lambda I am taking as 0.5 because nothing is mentioned. So I am assuming it to be hot rolling, and for hot rolling lambda is 0.5. L is root over of r delta h. But this time I'll have to take the mm. I'll have to take the L in meters. That's why I have divided by 1000. That's why I have divided by 1000. So this is having unit kilonewton. This is having unit meter. So I get kilonewton meter. Kilonewton meter. After this, power is 2 into 2 by nt by 60. I have put all the values. Since the torque was in kilos, the torque was in kilonewton, the power directly I'll get in kilowatt. The power directly I'll get in kilowatt. So based on this, the most correct answer is option A, 15.2. Okay. See, you can see in the question, even in the question they have mentioned the power required for rolling operation in kilowatt is closest to. They are asking which value it is closer to, because they have not given us the value of lambda. Right? They have not given us the value of lambda. That's why even they are asking an approximate value. Okay. Okay. Acha, take my mail ID. You can mail me. The mail ID is kshitiz.c@thegateacademy.com. Okay. Okay. Thank you.